Hi, I'm Christy, and this is Bear, and we're hiking the 1808 in Batsto, New Jersey today. Right here we are at the Batsto main parking lot, and we're going to start the 1808 trail. The 1808 is a little complicated to get to. You have to take a couple other trails to get to it. So we're going to go one way on the way there and then take a slightly different way on the way back. So we're going to start at the back of the parking lot and walk towards the old concession stand, and there's restrooms there. And we're kind of going to take the Batona Trail connector. Just going to come around by the picnic tables. I'm going to take this marker here. This is the blue, white, and pink. And the pink is the Batona Trail. Should be quiet out here this morning. We were the only ones in the parking lot. Alright, the first intersection you're going to come to is this one. And you are going to make a right. We're going to hike on the Batona Trail towards the Sand and Water Trail. The Sand and Water is what we're going to come back on. So you're going to go to the right and follow the Batona Trail. There's some roots and stuff. You just have to be a little careful. Pretty easy though. Okay, we're coming up to Bull Town Road here. The Batona Trail crosses Bull Town. Walking into spider webs. I'm going to stick on the Batona. It's early morning and you can see the sun just starting to peek through the trees. Entering this little mountain laurel area. So in the springtime, it's really pretty. Probably in late May, early June, all these mountain laurel will be blooming. Still on the Batona here. Every now and again you might see numbers with the pink blazes, and those are the mile markers for the Batona Trail. We are coming up on the 1808. Can't miss the sign. And as people who know me know that this is my absolute favorite trail, at least for right now. The orange markers are also for the sand and water trail, I believe. Very leafy here. A little hard to see the trail, but they have it pretty well marked. So then you come across this sign, which is the Sand and Water Trail, or back to the Batona Trail. So we're going to follow the 1808 trail, but this intersection, you can see the orange, this is the Sand and Water Trail, and this is where we'll be coming back. And then the 1808 is marked in green. And we're gonna go into the cedar swamp. So the 1808 follows an old logging road that went from Batsto to Crowley town. And it was used during the 1800s, hence the name 1808. And it goes right through some really old growth cedar swamp, which is why I love it. Almost makes you feel like you're not in New Jersey. Once we get into the towering white cedars. There's also a lot of mountain laurel through here. So in the spring it's really, really beautiful. I also have a lot of these little footbridges over the water, which is dry right now. Bear doing it like a champ. Another footbridge. Couple of obstacles I have to step over. This is just really beautiful out here. entering more mountain laurel tunnels. This is a good trail to hike even in the winter, because it gives you the sense that everything is still green, because a lot of the mountain laurel is evergreen. So it's a trail that stays fairly green all year round. And even some of the moss stays a little green. In the spring it's super vibrant. Now we're kind of getting close to a clearing in between the swamps. Just going to continue on. We have a lot of signs on this trail too, which are definitely new. Heather is not blooming right now. Back into the swamp. So the trail club that maintains this trail has a couple little benches along the way to sit on. We've got this cool bridge. It used to be rolled cedar logs, which made it a little difficult especially for dogs to do, and if you had trouble, if you were a little unsteady on your feet, it was a little rough. But they replaced it with this plank bridge, which is definitely a little bit easier to navigate. Bear's ready to go across the bridge. He wasn't going to wait for me. It's really dry right now, but sometimes you even have a little bit of water flow here. Now we're across. And here the trail really widens up as we go through the swamp again. It's really cool. cool little sit place right here. Ooh, can't see. These were what the old bridges used to look like. They were a little difficult to navigate. Oh, I missed the sign. Come here. I missed the 1808 sign. I guess I could have gotten it on the way back. Here it is. I think it's the Outdoor Club of South Jersey that maintains and set up this trail. So it's fairly new. It's only been around since 2022. So shortly after that sign from the Outdoor Club, that's the last of the cedar swamps. And then you're gonna head kind of a little more upland, and we're on our way to Buttonwood Campground, or campsite. There are a few cedar trees left, but the densest of the cedar swamp is what we just passed through. There's still a couple pretty cool spots left. This spot's really pretty too. I've taken a lot of photographs right here. It's another stand of cedar, Atlantic White Cedar. It's what they use for shingles, sides of buildings. Cedar siding is Atlantic White Cedar. So it was very important back in the 1800s. And this area was heavily logged to harvest the white cedar. So we're entering the rhododendron. No, I always say rhododendron. We're entering the Mount Laurel Tunnel, which in the spring is really cool. This is all blooming with the Mount Laurel flowers. Back through it. Kind of neat. We're starting to get close to Batona campsite, which is right across the street from Crowley's Landing. It's a good spot if you don't want to do an out and back and you're hiking with a friend. You can park one car at Batsto and one car at Crowley's Landing or Buttonwood, and then you can hike one way, pick up the car, and then go drive back to the other car. I've done that quite a few times. There's a porta pot at Buttonwood campsite. Not always in the best condition, but if you have to go, you have to go. And if you don't want to use the trees out here, it's a good spot to stop. It's a bit off trail. I can show you which direction to go in a second. So this is the Buttonwood campsite. This will be the other end of the trail. You can park here if you want to go to the 1808, which is right here. We need a bathroom. Yeah, so if you take this little side trail, you can see it through the woods. Let's see. I'm gonna take the blue blazes. And there is your porta pot. I would recommend bringing your own toilet paper because there is not always toilet paper in there. We're gonna stop and have a drink. And we're gonna start to head back. Gonna put away the phone and then pick it back up at the sand and water trail since we're gonna go back a little bit different. There's so many different kinds of moss out here. I'm going to link some pictures, even right next to each other. There's different kinds. So it makes it so green out here, even in the winter. There's some sphagnum moss. There are a lot of exposed tree roots, so while you're walking, just be careful. Alright, so we're coming up on the orange, which is the Sand and Water Trail, and the end of the 1808. So we are going to go to the left. We came from that direction before, so if you want to take the Batona back, you would walk down this trail and go to the left and follow the Batona across the road and back the way you came. We're going to do something different though. Probably about the same distance either way to get back to Batsto. There's a stand of cedar. It's kind of out in the open. Oh, there's that flare. Alright. This trail also has a lot of signage. What's out here? A lot of ferns in this area. Ferns and sphagnum moss. We are almost back to the village. You can hear the cars. So we're coming up to the entrance. This is the entrance road, Batsto, Bulltown Road. Now, the thing I don't like about the sand trail and accessing the 1808 this way is it's a little difficult to find. So here is the signage. This is the end of the trail. We have a thing here. I gotta wait. So this is the entrance to Batsto. And you have to cross the road or road walk back to your car. So we're going to cross the road, come through here, And you kind of have to traverse this wooded area. There's a little trail. Come on. And after you're done hiking, you kind of just want to get to your car. And it's a little boring. Now, 1808 Trail is not on all trails that I have found. The sand trail might be on there. I don't know if it's because it's so new they haven't updated it yet. I'm going to post, I'm navigating in all trails right now, so I'm going to try and post my route that I took. Some prickly pear, cactus, the only native cactus in New Jersey. Some people are surprised that we do have a cactus that's native to the Pine Barrens. So now we have to traverse this entire field to get back to the parking lot. And they even have an orange marker where to access the sand trail if you decide to go this way at the beginning of your hike. Anyway, I'm gonna head back to the car. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see which trail we do next.